days leading up to Christmas have come to an end, and what better way to spend it than talking about my top 10 favorite Christmas movies, along with my girlfriend, of course.
Hello.
Remember, stay in the holiday spirit and know these are our own picks. They won't always line up with yours, but before we start, I just want to give a highlight to The Snowman and A Charlie Brown Christmas because they aren't full-length films, but some of the greatest Christmas movies put together. Now let's get to it.
Alright, coming in hot, my number 10 is Santa Claus 2. No matter how much I love the Santa Claus, it's a franchise that really can have no end. I enjoyed the storyline, but not as much as the first one, but it's still on my list because I love the characters in the movie. Overall, it's a really feel-good watch.
I believe Home Alone is a bit overrated, and that's why it's 10 on my list. It's not my favorite to watch, but I can't lie and say every time it's on, I won't watch it. It's a classic with Kevin causing mischief and the wet bandits trying to just kill him at some point. It's a good time. I like the second one too, but that's not on my list. Sorry to disappoint.
Next up, we got Jack Frost on my list. I did not watch this until last year because Chris made me watch it. He didn't make me, but we watched it together, and I've probably never seen it before, or I just don't remember. I think it's really scary to the point where I actually enjoyed it, and it's really bad, but I love it. So, yeah.
That's all you have to say?
All I said was, it's actually really sad because they just make this snowman his dead dad. Spoiler, sorry.
A lot of people can't get into this because of the dated CGI humans, but I love it. As a kid, I wasn't a fan, but as the years have passed, I've grown fonder of Polar Express. The entire theme of believing and not believing is expertly told in this movie. The whole feeling of the movie is a really good example of my favorite type of Christmas feeling, the feeling of believing and wonder. And I don't understand why people don't like it.
But
What the hell's your problem?
you put it at number 9, though.
Yeah.
That's not too good.
Every movie on this list I like. I've seen more Christmas movies compared to you.
Okay.
You struggled to put 10 on this list.
Next up at number 8.
Right.
I got
It's Home Alone.
the
First
first one.
Yeah. How do you like that?
I watched Home Alone all throughout my childhood, and it was probably one of my favorites.
You know what? I don't care about your childhood or your favorite movies. This is just my list now.
And no, I haven't seen the new Home Alone because I think it's overrated, and I don't really care that much. And I'm sorry, but the other Home Alones are not on my list either because they're the same exact thing as the first one.
But they're in New York City.
But it's the same thing.
Happy New York.
Okay.
If Jim Carrey wasn't the lead in this, then it would be the shittiest Christmas movie of all time. I still can't get over the fact that this all takes place inside the universe of a snowflake.
I forget about that.
You forget about it?
I forget about it, yeah.
I stand by the fact that this is one of the best adaptations of all time, better than what it's based off of, and the kind of movie that kids and adults can equally have a good time watching. It's a good time.
It's a good time, yeah, I agree. I was never the biggest fan of
growing up?
Of this growing up. Can you read? Elf. Elf is number 7. And I'll have to admit now, watching it back, it's pretty funny. But I think the humor comes with a little bit of a mature audience, and I was probably 5 or 6 the last time I watched it. That's why I never liked it. But now I do like it.
A guilty pleasure of mine that I have always loved, Fred Claus is a brotherly love holiday flick that hits the right spots.
I've never seen that before.
I know the effects of the elves don't hold up or the villain is Kevin Spacey, but besides that, I love it. The theme that all the kids deserve presents and that they all have their bad days is so well done, and it gives me goosebumps every time. It's a great mix of my kind of humor, great actors, and music that always makes me cry.
My number 6 is A Christmas Carol, but specifically the 1984 version. I recently rewatched this week because Disney was not available on my TV at the moment. And I realized how well the main actor played Scrooge. He shows really good emotion and portrays the character as you would picture it while reading the book. I also love the costume designs of each of the past, present, and future. And I really enjoyed this movie.
Good for you.
Yeah.
When I watch When I watch Christmas Vacation, I just think of my dad. Don't you do that. Now he's gonna get all sappy watching this. Everything Clark gets into is something that would probably happen with my dad. This movie is just an absolute Christmas classic that I think everyone should see if they haven't already. There's really not much to say about it. It's a classic.
When writing this, I realized this should have been probably in my top 3. This movie makes me cry and laugh.
Where's
all in
Dancer?
one. And I know you don't know this
Or
movie.
Rancer?
Because it's from 1989.
Or Fancer?
And they also did make a new version in 2000. I was going to say 2001, but I think it was 1991. I don't really know. But it's the OG Prancer. And if for anyone who doesn't know, it's this little 7-year-old girl who finds a hurt deer in the woods, and she's convinced that it's Santa's reindeer, Prancer. Yeah, and she helps it heal. Classic. That's why my favorite reindeer is Prancer. Thanks.
How can you not like Gremlins?
Oh, yeah.
I love the creature effects, and every part of the movie, from story to casting, is perfect. It's not just one of my favorite Christmas movies, but it's one of my favorite movies. There's not much more to say that hasn't already been said in other reviews. This is just one of those perfect, classic 80s movies. You guys can just check out my review.
Alright, here's the other version. We got A Christmas Carol Disney. Jim Carrey, of course, he's the GOAT, and it's a dumbed down version of, the other versions because it's Disney. But I love it. It did come out in 2009, so it really was only half of my youth, but still, it is the best top 4 classics that I have to watch every single year.
Nice.
What the heck is that? What the heck? It's not a Christmas movie.
Fuck you, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh
While
my
Christmas
God.
Vacation reminds me of my dad, Edward Scissorhands reminds me of my mom. But not in the way Christmas Vacation does. Tim Burton struck gold with Johnny Depp, and the whole world building here is fantastic. I will never not cry at the ending where it's snowing and the Danny Elfman score plays. It's not just a beautiful love story and holiday epic, it's also one of the best films I've seen and has definitely inspired me as a kid.
Just because it's snowing doesn't mean it's a Christmas
It
movie.
takes place during Christmas, you goddamn nimwit.
But that's not the whole point of the movie.
Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
My number 3, Santa Claus 1, coming in hot. I always forget about this movie every single year. And then I went to remind myself that it did belong in my top 3. I always liked the first movie of every series, so that's why the first is coming up on the top. And the other one was my number 10. But yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Good for you.
It's just a classic.
Wow, good for
Not
you.
much,
Nice.
Santa turning into Santa Claus, Yeah.
Another Tim Burton film for me, yet not directed by him because he was busy. The Nightmare Before Christmas is so great that it is still beloved by fans all around, a little too much, especially the damn Hot Topics scene.
At Lexi, shout out,
This film is practically flawless. The sets, voice acting, singing, writing, all of above are top notch. The whole film is a beautiful journey, start to finish. And I don't know how it's not on your list.
wow. Gotta love Tom Hanks. And
Where do you think I don't like movies? I've never said I don't like the Polar Express.
Okay, maybe you don't like it, but
What?
maybe you don't hate it, but you don't like it.
It's on my list.
You
There's
say
like
you
10
don't
movies
ever
I
wanna
didn't put on
watch
this
it.
list.
Because I've said before that this is one of my favorite Christmas movies, and you were like, eh.
If
But
you like it so much, why don't you marry it?
this is my brother's favorite Christmas movie, and every year we would get some hot cocoa.
Oh, where's
and
your brother right now?
And
You
snuggle
watch
up,
movies with him right now?
and snuggle up on the couch, and we would watch Polar Express. And it is kind of creepy. I've heard that from people, but you know what? It's cool that he plays the majority of the characters. It's just a feel-good Christmas time movie
That's my name.
with some bells. The bells are ringing.
Christmas time is here. I thought this would be my first film while writing this because it is undoubtedly one of my favorite Christmas movies, but something told me my number 1 is better. This is a classic Christmas movie that covers all the bases bases,
A neglectful father.
a neglectful father, magic business cards, kidnapping,
Wiener whistles,
and Denny's. I honestly think that Santa Claus is super underrated. I almost never see it on the top of people's favorite Christmas movies list. I love every second of it, and it's a must-watch every year.
Yeah, my number one is Dr. Seuss How the Grinch Stole Christmas live action 2000. I love Jim Carrey. My love for him originated from The Mask, even though I still was not born until 2000. There's just no one in the world that can do Grinch better. These are some things I love about the Grinch. The look of the Who's perfect. Cindy Lou Who's little song when she's singing with her little ballerina twirling.
Where are you, Christmas?
The odd props, the whole Chairmeister thing with shoving food in his mouth, the bright colors, the weird shapes of the buildings, and all the weird objects really made me fall in love with this movie. But I think it's just Dr. Seuss overall because I love Cat in the Hat, and you think that's such a creepy movie.
It is one of the worst movies
I
ever
love
made.
it. I really do love it. But I could watch The Grinch a billion times and still love it because it's just so good. Just so good.
My number one is Elf. When I truly sat down and thought about this list, Elf just makes me happy on so many levels, and isn't that what Christmas movies are about? There are so many iconic scenes, from Will Ferrell getting attacked by a raccoon, the snowball fight, him yelling Christmas, and that ending with the goddamn scar. Jesus! I love it so much. Elf never gets old no matter how many times I watch it. It does comedy well, drama well, fantasy well, and theme well. There's something for everyone, and all of it is executed just phenomenally. If you ask someone about Elf and they dislike it, then I can't be friends with you, because you truly must be a miserable person. Elf brings out the joy in me every time the holiday comes around, and I wouldn't pick any other movie to watch on Christmas Day. You want to let me read my own thing?
You were singing in the back of my Grinch explanation.
Where are you, Christmas?
Why can't I find you?
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
New Year.
And
happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa.
happy
New Year.
Happy Labor Day. Happy Arbor Day.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Goodbye.
See ya.